Have you ever walked out of a store with a bag full of things you did or know you needed, all because they were just so cheap? Well, that shopping habit, something so ingrained in American culture, is now facing its biggest test yet. The US has kicked off a new era of trade confrontation, slapping tariffs on a huge range of foreign products. The goal is simple: boost American manufacturing and cut our reliance on those low-cost imports. But here's the billion-dollar question: are we, the consumers, actually ready to change? For decades, our homes, our closets, and our lives have been filled with affordable stuff from overseas. Think about it: home decor, electronics, clothes, even the little things we use every day. Big retailers built their entire empires on the promise of more for less, which trained us to buy more, buy faster, and not think twice about tossing things out. Now, even with these new tariffs, that deep-seated culture isn't just going to disappear overnight. You might be thinking, well, if prices go up, people will stop buying. It's not that simple. Right now, many companies are actually eating some of that extra cost themselves. They're trying to keep prices stable to protect their sales, which has softened the initial blow. But economists are waving a red flag, warning that this can't last forever. Once current inventories are gone and new, more expensive contracts kick in, we could see price hikes on everything from a new sofa to a spatula. What's fascinating is that even with some early price increases, our spending hasn't really slowed down. Demand is surprisingly strong. This goes deep into our psychology. Consumer spending makes up over 2/3 of the entire US economy, and for many, shopping is tied to an emotional reward. Dr. Laura Mitchell, a consumer psychologist, puts it perfectly. She says that cheap goods give us a quick hit of gratification without a lot of financial guilt. It's a habit that's been reinforced for generations, and a simple policy change isn't enough to break it. So, what are the big companies doing? While some manufacturers are moving their operations out of China to places like Vietnam or Mexico, the total volume of imports into the US is still incredibly high. The addresses on the shipping labels might be different, but our reliance on low-priced foreign production hasn't really changed. As long as it's cheaper to make something overseas than it is to make it here, retailers will find a way to import it, tariffs or not. Is there any hope for a real cultural shift? We are seeing a small but growing trend toward sustainable and minimalist shopping, especially among younger generations. But this movement is still just a drop in the ocean compared to mainstream demand. For a major change to happen, analysts believe 3 things need to occur. First, prices on imported goods would need to be consistently and noticeably higher. Second, households would have to feel a real long-term financial squeeze. And third, there would need to be a massive public movement to embrace a buy less, but buy better philosophy. Until all those pieces fall into place, America's love affair with a good bargain is likely here to stay. The ongoing trade war might be shuffling the deck for global supply chains and forcing manufacturers to look at new countries. But breaking our national addiction to cheap stuff is a whole different ballgame. You can change tariffs with the stroke of a pen, but changing a culture, that's a much, much harder challenge. What do you think it would take for you to change your shopping habits? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights.